What is going on, guys? My name is Tubby. Breaking news tonight: Daniel Bryan will reportedly be stripped of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Apparently, F4W Online, the Wrestling Observer, Wrestling Inc. are reporting that Daniel Bryan did, in fact, get some bad news on Thursday or Friday of last week, that he will be unable to compete at the Money in the Bank, and that, in fact, the title will be added to the Money in the Bank ladder match at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view coming up in 3 weeks. Now, I've said this going on for a while that I love Daniel Bryan. I'm so glad that he's champion. But with the neck injury, and I'm not going to give you the fighting champion line, but I do think that it's time for him to drop the title if he's unable to compete. And I think this is the right thing to do. I think they're going in the right direction. And the reason I say that, I know some people are going to get mad, being like, Daniel deserves it, he deserves it. Absolutely. I think Daniel 100% deserves to be champion. He deserves a prosperous title reign. He deserves to go on and put on a show and sell out some arenas if he's able to, and all the glorious things that a champion should do. But the problem is right now he is injured. He, apparently there was rumors about his rehab going slower than expected, and that's a problem. It really is. As much as I love Daniel Bryan, you've got to, take into fact, Daniel Bryan misses the dive to the outside, that I don't necessarily know if they're going to be able to carry on, this storyline any longer. I've said it, Tony said it. It doesn't make sense for them to keep putting this off. Like, if this was to go on, or Daniel just every week, they're like, they're going to get stripped next week, or we're going to talk about it. I don't want that. I think you've got to go in a direction. You've got to make that change and do it now. Now, the speculation, this is the reason why I wanted to talk about it in this one, is now what's going to happen, because it's Money in the Bank. The Money in the Bank pay-per-view should be for a contract. I don't think the Money in the Bank briefcase should solely be for a title, or else it's just a 6 or 8 man ladder match for the WWE Championship. I do think, and there's been some speculation and some rumors over on Wrestling Inc. that a second Money in the Bank ladder match could be added if the WWE title was on the line, and I would absolutely be okay with that. I think that if they were to do the match, they were to, go out there, somebody wins the championship, and then they were also to have, a future shot at the championship on the line, I think that would be best for business, and that's where they should go. Now, wild thing that I've said this the last couple weeks is I think Kane should get one shot with it, after everything he's done for the company. Maybe have him win and then get cashed in on, and then he loses it. But, we already know Del Rio's in, so Del Rio's probably going to be your next WWE World Heavyweight Champion, hopefully. Please, God, please, God, please, God, no. If you guys watch The Office, no. Alberto Del Rio is basically the Toby Flenderson of WWE. If you're a fan of The Office, you know what I'm talking about. I think that this is a good opportunity for somebody else to kind of step up. And, there was rumors about they know who's going to be the next champion, that they've already got it in their head a little bit on, who could potentially go on and, carry that flag. And I hope they do. I hope they give somebody else a shot. Maybe Ziggler gets in to one of the ladder matches because, he didn't make the one. So now he has a chance to possibly get into, the one with the briefcase on the line. I think that'd be a good opportunity. But I think the ship has also sailed a little bit on Dolph Ziggler, even though on SmackDown he was treated like a main eventer. With Daniel Bryan being on, I'm glad they just finally announced it. I hope they end it tonight. Raw's actually in Minneapolis, and I'm not going to be there. I was supposed to get tickets, and apparently they weren't available, and then I'm not going, and then it's 2 hours there. So I won't be at Raw tonight like I planned to. I really wanted to be there. I think it's going to be a good show tonight, but we are going to be live streaming on twitch.tv/Tubimu today. I'm not sure when E3 is going on, trying to watch all the press conferences, and I don't want to necessarily step on the toes of that. But with Daniel Bryan having to drop the title, I think it's best for business. I honestly do. I think it was carrying on too long for me. It was starting to become a little bit of a burden. And, the fact that once it went to the pay-per-view, and, there's going to be an announcement on the pay-per-view, and then they had Brie quit. I was like, I don't want this. I really don't, And there's been this picture floating around on the internet. People keep asking me what I think of it, and it's the picture with Daniel Bryan in the Shield attire. Now, I'm not going to lie. I think that would be pretty freaking sweet. Honestly, I do. I think that would be awesome, except I don't want to see Daniel Bryan wrestle in the Shield fatigue. That's not something I'm interested in, but I would like to see Daniel Bryan potentially, maybe join the Shield. I don't know why he would join the Shield, but he could. as Daniel goes wildly missing on the outside. And I think, the big thing to kind of pay attention tonight is going into the pay-per-view, we're not going to have a champion. And, when Stephanie McMahon announced it would either be, a stretcher match or a Money in the Bank ladder match for the title, I was a little disappointed because I don't want to see a stretcher match. I honestly don't want to see Kane versus Daniel Bryan anymore. I think this is kind of an easy way to possibly just give Kane the title until Money in the Bank and then make Kane be like, Kane, you're going to put up your title on the line in a Money in the Bank ladder match. And, give him the title for, 2 weeks. Just let him have it. I think, I was still disappointed when Mark Henry didn't get the title. And, coming out of this pay-per-view, Payback, without the championship on the line, I don't think it necessarily hurt the pay-per-view because the pay-per-view itself was all right. I enjoyed it. But I don't want to see another pay-per-view with the title not on the line. I think they've got to start putting a focus on it. And, Daniel Bryan's title reign so far has been a little meh. And it's been a lot of the time because they put up Kane against Daniel Bryan. They're almost setting up Daniel Bryan to fail and giving him a reason, not to be champion. They're going to be like, you couldn't draw, you couldn't get anybody. Well, you also fucking put me up against Kane. I mean, come on. And, with Kane, being in that spotlight, going up against Daniel Bryan for the title, I think it hurt Daniel Bryan. I think it's a real, I don't want to say nostalgia thing, but I think it's a real, hurt to him. I think it's a real hurt to the build. I don't see, Kane as a credible opponent. And, especially with their push from the Authority, I'm still hoping, and I know somebody's going to say something about this, but have CM Punk return to take out the Big Red Monster because they never finished their feud. And how funny would that be? But I want to know what you guys are thinking. What are your thoughts on Daniel Bryan possibly dropping the title tonight? And, if he does drop the title, that Money in the Bank ladder match, do you guys want the Money in the Bank ladder match? Is that something you guys are excited to see? Do you think it should just be for a briefcase? Are you open to having it be, for a title? I know some people have been very vocal about it and being like, we don't want a ladder match for the title. That's not the point of Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank is an event about, the future cashing in the championship. And I'm okay with one briefcase. I think a lot of people are complaining about it only being one briefcase. It started off as only one briefcase. I'm fine with it only being for one briefcase. I think that's perfectly acceptable and fine. But I think if it's going to only be, one ladder match, they've definitely, oh my God, Daniel missing wildly. They've got to make it a second ladder match. I think that's what I want to see personally. I think that makes the most sense because I don't really want to see just a ladder match for the title. I think that takes away the point of the Money in the Bank. So I'm perfectly fine if they strip Daniel tonight. They put it on, a ladder match. But I think you do have to add in a second Money in the Bank ladder match. Let the guys in that are getting, they're repressed. Throw in all the top guys into the main, ladder match. And then let the guys, the up-and-comers, just like last year, Damian Sandow, the Cody Rhodes, the guys that haven't been world champion, put them in the briefcase ladder match. And I think that's the best way for people, to kind of get behind it. The kind of guys that have been held down. There's been a bunch of them on TV. And I think that's the best way for WWE to go right now because they can book it as, not a Raw and SmackDown Money in the Bank, but one's for the title, one's for the guys that, already have the opportunity, who have been champions before. And then the other one is for the guys that, have been held down, that aren't able to get that break. And, you throw in the Dolph Zigglers. I guess you could say the Miz, but he's been gone a while. You can do that, and it would make sense. It would give purpose to it, and I'm all for it instead of calling it the SmackDown Money in the Bank. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm smelling bleach. Somebody's cleaning downstairs. And like I said, we'll be streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/TubbyEmu. We'll give your thoughts. Maybe we go Raw. Maybe we go Raw. Maybe go live after Monday Night Raw. We're probably going to stream before Monday Night Raw. And we're going to have a grand old time. So twitch.tv/TubbyEmu. And make sure to let me know in the comment section below. And on Twitter, twitter.com/TubbyEmu. What do you guys think of him finally, reportedly, getting stripped of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship? And I think this was thrown around a lot last year. But I think Daniel's better on the chase for the title than Daniel is actually having the title. I think, the chase of him wanting it and going after it and what he's willing to do to accomplish it was very, very exciting to watch, and I think in my mind, it's the right thing to do. I think they can, do an interesting storyline. he gets back into the title. He's coming back, and it makes me really interested and, gets me excited for him getting back the title. I think after everything he put through, I think he deserves that title reign. But like I said, if he's not able to compete, it doesn't make any sense, to keep dragging this out any longer, and I don't want them to drag it out any longer. Come out tonight, have him drop the title, have Stephanie take it away, whether she gives it to somebody or if it's just on the line at the pay-per-view, and I'm pretty sure it's just going to be on the line at the pay-per-view. I guess we can all go follow WWE Vacant on Twitter, and we can all celebrate now that Vacant, it's back in abeyance. And I think that's something to celebrate. We got the Vacant back as champion. So Daniel Bryan going to Money in the Bank. Or he's not going to Money in the Bank. And the referee gets taken out. What the hell? The referee got hit with a finisher. I accidentally hit the wrong person with a finisher. How long is the referee going to stay down? Get up, Charles Robinson. Get up. The referee fucked up our spot, just like Stephanie McMahon and the Authority fucked up Daniel Bryan's push in the WWE. That kind of bums me out. How long is he going to stay down? He got hit with a finisher. Oh, now he gets up when Kane's back in control. That doesn't make any sense, but that's exactly what the Authority would do. The Authority's in that position, and I apologize, guys. I honestly thought the match was going to be over, but hey, for continuity issues, you got to do what you got to do. Daniel Bryan fine off the top. And I think I'm excited for this Monday Night Raw. After the Seth Rollins turn last week, they're really trying to pump up the content, and I think they're going to do the right thing tonight. And hopefully, like I said, Daniel just comes out and surrenders it. Now, the question is, if he surrenders it, does Brie Bella get her job back? Because that was the option. Will Stephanie be like, okay, I now reinstate Brie Bella? What's going to happen to Brie Bella? Maybe they do a storyline with Punk and AJ and Daniel and Brie, and they make it into some super mega storyline. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know where they're necessarily going, but I am intrigued that they're finally just hopefully going to end it tonight, because I really have gotten sick of them drawing this out week after week after week after week, and it's not something I was looking forward to seeing again, and I'm just glad it's kind of over. So until next time, guys, make sure to follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/TubbyEmu, and twitter.com/TubbyEmu, where you can get all the news. And if anything comes up of E3, any footage, showcase, any trailers, any images, if anything pops up from E3 regarding WWE 2K15, I will make sure to cover it as fast as possible. You guys will know that information on my Twitter page. I'll make sure to get that information out as soon as humanly possible. And until next time, Daniel Bryan, take it out. Oh, my God, fuck Kane. Fuck Kane. Fuck Kane. Kane reversed it. Kane's going to be the next champion. There it is, tombstone to Daniel. Daniel Bryan is out with a broken neck thanks to Kane. Kane shutting down all the hopes, the dreams, the pushes of Daniel Bryan. And until next time, thank you for watching, and we will see you all later. God damn it, Daniel.